Dark treasure. Dark treasure. Dark treasure.
Left to right, shake that booty all night. Up, down, left to right, shake that booty all night. Up, down, left to right, shake that booty all night. Up, down, left to right, shake that booty all night.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, lying in the manger, looking for some goat milk. I think I am live. I am not sure how this works, but I am testing it. Let's see here. It says that I am. This is cool. This is awesome. And I am going to, well, I say welcome, welcome, welcome to Dark Cheshire's Twitch stream. I am a poet, veteran, and cat gentlewoman who is about to play a visual novel that I hope you guys will enjoy. Welcome again, and let's get started. So, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Steam. That is it. So let's play. I did check out the first 2 chapters already, but I'm ready to go with you and do it all over again. So no worries there. I'm not. There we go. This is by Random Seed. And this is The Monster Inside, an audio-visual novella by Random Seed Games. I'm excited. And so here we go. Oops, sorry. We are going to start. Like I said, I've already did the first 2 chapters, but we're going to do it all over again because, hey, I want you guys to see the story. And here we go with the banker. And I'm going to read this for you so perfectly, I promise. Here we go. My heart pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vanetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks since I had any real case to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. And if that is not creepy, I don't know what is. Why would you cover that? But anyway, here's the answer. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quietly. Excuse me. Let's try that again. The girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please. You gotta help me, mister. So we've got the option of calm down now, sit and talk slow. Yeah, what can I help you with? Or, you ever hear of knocking first? I'm like this. You ever hear of knocking first? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. It's all right. Sit down and tell me your tale. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous baker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Lily: "You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's got to be in trouble." So I have the option of, I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Or, case looks pretty simple to me. I am going to go with, I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You can just call me Jack. Jack, whoever did this to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. You've got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. That's option 1. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. No, I'm all for being just straight up blunt and honest, so we're taking number 1. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murderer or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Beast. The word struck me funny, like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, all right. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any quote-unquote monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. This is getting interesting. Monsters. So, we've got the option of, well, that's definitely an interesting story. Number 2, I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. Or 3, leave the detective work to me. Let's not jump to conclusions here. I'm going to say that it is an interesting theory. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. How does she know? Sure. Can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something the cops had missed. All right, that was chapter 1. And now let's go to chapter 2. I'm feeling good about this. It's kind of got that old school detective story thing going on. I like it. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding things others overlook. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition. Less useful symptoms I kept in check, but for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. Sorry, I can't do his voice anymore. It's just a little too scratchy for me. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation or maybe even outright fear, but Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. Oh. Okay. Let's see here. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. Neither am I. Oh, I get to investigate some more? Okay, it looks like right here on the chalk line. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of carquinos. I do not know if that is carquinos. Sorry, I don't know what carquinos are. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. I've never heard that term. Chapter 3. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares. But I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting in my office. She was waiting wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask, "So, what did you find?" So we've got options. 1, well, I got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. Not sure about Beast, but something unnatural was at play. Might be crazy to worry about monsters. Found the spells mark. Oh, might be right to worry about monsters. Why did I say might be crazy? I'm going to choose number 2. Something unnatural is at play here. Unnatural? How do you mean? A spell's mark. Rarely seen these days, but unmistakable. Or number 2, I can't give you details, but I'm looking into it. She might know something about the spell's mark, so I'm gonna mention it. Might help the case. What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be? Found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. Or there were signs he was at the scene and slipped away. Number 2. Don't know if he got there safely. My tone was indifference towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. He's taking a lot of drugs. I mean, I take a lot of meds too. All prescription, but he seems like there's something going on with him. But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Yeah, what news is that? Haven't you heard? No, he just asked what news is that, so no, he didn't hear. Yeah, nope, rough night followed by a rough morning. That's what I'm choosing. Sorry, I'm just getting like, come on, Lily, keep up. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Well, crap. Killing off wives. Let me guess. Chief Amato is missing too. My face may have... Excuse me. Let's try that again. My face may... Why do I keep on saying that? Silly me. My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force. But now his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. I keep on going into that deeper voice to try and mimic him, and I know that is going to hurt after a while. But anyway, the gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain in my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night, after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. Achievement unlocked. I completed Chapter 3. Whee! The cold air smelt strongly of salt and oil and... Could it be? That smell again. like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as a perfume. It hit me like a long-forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking. The nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions, follow the evidence. Investigate the scene. I don't see anything over there by the light, but it's telling me to click. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. What else can I investigate? I don't even know what that is. Let's click on it. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Smoking's bad, y'all. Everybody's got their vice. Vaping's better. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I'll light up with my vape. Oh, if you could see my lovely cloud. Okay, back to the story, sorry. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Achievement unlocked. Completed Chapter 4. I want to know what's going on. This really seems like some kind of... Well, I think he's a werewolf or something, and he's taking pills, basically. One moment, let me get a drink of water. Yeah, I think he's a werewolf, and he's taking pills to not be a werewolf. I mean, he has this great scent thingy, or whatever you want to call it. He can smell how things are going, and yeah, that's what I think is going on. Next chapter. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently, I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headlines. Breaking news, mayor missing, wife found dead. So they're killing off all the wives, and the men are turning into some supernatural beings, possibly. Maybe. Two cases is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all of the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days' worth of inhibitor pills. Whoa. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. That's a lot of pills. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. So either I choose, I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I've got to go. Or I've just been busy. I'm off to Mrs. Vanetti's crime scene. I've been really rude to her. I'm going to try not to be this time. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. Well, thank you, Lily. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Yeah, 'cause you're hopped up on drugs. Chapter 5 completed. What do you think is going on here? I'm still, the inhibitor pills. There's got to be like some kind of werewolf. They're talking about beast. They're talking about strong scent. Let me vape for a moment. I'm a vapor. Yes. One day somehow I'm going to make it so that with my camera you can see all the vape. My clouds. My animated clouds. Chapter 5. Oh, crap. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vanetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. So we're going to definitely investigate the trash can. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot, shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vanetti was crooked, but this was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Vanetti and Chief Amato, talking about me. How they were trying to shut me down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Let's see, investigate the car right there. Vanetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent again. Smexy times. It overwhelmed my other senses with undulating pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed. A weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Incubus werewolf? Okay, that doesn't sound right. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came in down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. Can't be sure of yourself. Can't be sure of anything. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Oh, crap. You're investigating yourself, who is an incubus werewolf thing that takes inhibitors so that you don't seduce women and murder them and then kidnap their husbands. That's my idea of what's going on here. Yeah. Ready for the next chapter? Let's go. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. Are we going to see what he looks like? But Lily was still there waiting for me. Don't kill Lily. I mean, she's not a bad girl, even though she was a mistress. That doesn't mean she should be dead. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost, come back to haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came into my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. How did you not notice all this? Drugs. Never mind. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You are the monster. Succubus. Oh my gosh, I called it. Well, I said he was an incubus, so she's a succubus. Oh my gosh, I called it. I can't believe I called it. I still think they're incubus werewolves, but whatever. Mine sound better. Oh, Jack, we are one and the same, you and I. We are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures as you have, incubus. Those men were probably dead now. Why am I skipping words? I apologize. Those men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So, you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they're gone. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak, compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Yeah, what's up with that? Oh, please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasures of the flesh. Okay, yeah. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. What? What are we doing? We're planting the seed in the fertile masses? How is he? Please explain. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. Ha 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 ha. That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking in my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. He don't want to be your baby daddy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. Wow. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I'm surprised that we had some magic mirror stuff going on in the end. But that's okay. And it was shorter than I expected. So we can go to the next one. Let's just do it.